At some point in the not-so-distant past, many years ago, there was a woman in the small village of Brightvale. Her name was Eliza. As far back as she could remember, things were seen through a pessimistic lens by this woman. Why bother at all? She would say, whatever it is, things always turn out for the worse. A drizzly afternoon that ruined her day off. A poorly prepared meal that made her ill. If not immediately, eventually. It always seemed that she knew the worst. Eliza worked at a small bookstore, something she had done for years. She enjoyed being surrounded by the stacks of books, reading of adventure and perseverance, but she never imagined that anything significant would change in her own life. Her co-workers, with their good nature, would always try to take her along with them, but Eliza would always refuse, sure that nothing fun could happen. One day, a famous author, Jackson Reed, stopped by the store and would like to do a book signing. His visit created excitement in the community, and the bookstore was bustling with activity. So what's the big deal about getting to meet someone famous? Eliza was not impressed, however, and rolled her eyes at all the fuss. My life won't change or anything, she grumbled under her breath. Jackson Reed noticed Eliza's uninterested attitude and made up his mind to get into a conversation with her. You seem a bit detached from all the excitement going on around here, he said warmly. Have you read any of my books? Eliza crossed her arms, unable to hide her incredulity. I've read quite a few books, she replied, but I don't see why anyone should be so upset about them. They're just stories. Undeterred, Jackson Reed leaned in, intrigued by her perspective. Stories can change lives, you know. They can get us to see the world differently, inspire us to be better, or even make us laugh when we need it most. Have you ever tried them? Eliza shrugged, though challenged, yet defensive. I just think that life is more important than stories. What's the point in wishing something was better if things never actually go your way? Jackson thoughtfully considered her words. What if you could attempt to see things differently, even for 1 minute? What if those stories could be used as a blueprint to allow you to shift your perspective? Intrigued, Eliza agreed to read one of Jackson's books as a result of a challenge he issued. She thought it couldn't hurt. That night, she settled into her comfort chair with the book, ready to flip through a few pages. As she read, though, she found herself drawn, unwittingly, into the story of a woman who encountered huge adversity, ultimately found happiness and strength. The heroine's tale resonated deeply with Eliza. As time went on, Eliza started to realize the lessons of the book. She started to notice little positive things in her life every day: the hues the sun set in the sky during sunset, the warmth of laughter with her co-workers, and the joy she felt in time spent with her friends. Gradually, the more she noticed these things, the better her outlook became. Inspired by her new perspective, Eliza risked everything and began sharing her thoughts and experiences with friends. She even began a weekly book club in the store and invited co-workers and neighborhood through various stories, people to share the lessons learned. To her own surprise, Eliza found she enjoyed other people's wisdom, viewing life as a brocade woven of many stories. Over time, her outlook shifted from pessimism to optimism. She started seeing challenges as chances for growth rather than reasons to retreat. Her friends noticed the difference. Her infectious laughter filled the bookstore, and she became a magnet for good vibes. On a beautiful spring morning, with flowers blooming and the world seeming to be alive, Jackson returned to Brightvale once more for another book signing. Eliza, who had by this time gained confidence and enthusiasm, greeted him with open arms. Thank you for pushing me, she smiled. You opened my eyes to a world of possibilities. With a glint in his eye, Jackson answered, sometimes one story can alter the direction of our lives. Continue to open your mind to new horizons, Eliza. From then on, Eliza was a beacon of hope in Brightvale, inspiring others to find the silver lining in their own lives. What she gained from her ordeal was that even the darkest clouds do at some point roll away to reveal a brilliant blue sky, and that sometimes the most significant changes begin with turning a single page in a new direction.